Welcome to another edition of Indie Review. This week we're looking at the game Colosseum on Xbox Live Marketplace for 240 Microsoft points. This game is a beat-em-up style game where you play as a fighter that looks to get into the arena and become a gladiator. But does this title make it up in the ranks? Or does this game need to be fed to the lions? This unique title has some of the best graphics of any indie title I've seen yet on Xbox Live. It's in classic cell shading and it looks wonderful. The characters themselves seem to really pop out of the background, making it an easy game on the eyes. The backgrounds themselves are really well done, and are also cell shaded. The way it's done and the environment the characters are in reminds me of Borderlands, and Colosseum pulls off the cell shading very well. Every texture is nice and smooth, and lends itself well to this title. The way this game plays can be a little frustrating, because the way that the player fights is by use of the right analog stick. This can lead you to just trying to move the stick around, and after you let go of it, you will find that your character continues to fight. This makes blocking really difficult because when you see someone about to attack you, you want to try to block. But if your character is still fighting, he won't block. This leads to getting hit very often. While the scheme can be very frustrating, there are some cool features, like the rage powers. By using the different buttons on the controller, the B, X, Y, and A buttons, you use different rage powers. They can be used either to heal yourself, use a super attack, pull people towards you, or push them away. These features make the game more bearable in regards to the control scheme, and aid the player in trying to continue playing through the title.
What is this? How do I stop it?
The soundtrack of the game is upbeat, with a techno feel while choosing your stage. But during the stage itself, the music is very synth-heavy. The characters all have a library of ughs and ahs, and the ambience lends itself well to this title. Having the occasional bird caw adds to the depth of the game. There is no dialogue that's spoken, and that seems to work well for this one. The game itself is beautifully crafted and looks really good. The semi-frustrating controls can turn you off and make it difficult to get through the game, but it's still definitely worth trying out because it's certainly one of the best looking titles in the indies. The game is fun for an indie title, and it's worth playing to trial. The inclusion of the rage powers really makes up for the analog stick fighting. So is Colosseum worth downloading? I think that the trial is certainly worth trying just because of how it looks, and the fact that despite some frustrating controls, it's still a really fun title. It's a traditional beat 'em up with some new features worth checking out. This game rates in graphics a 9.5 out of 10, gameplay a 7.75 out of 10, sound an 8 out of 10, and replay value an 8.5 out of 10, for a total 8.4 out of 10. Thanks for watching this week's edition of Indie Review. See you next week.